I'm Shawn Charlton. I'm the general manager here at PV Bicycle Center. I'm here to talk to you about the Specialized Enduro. This is Specialized, basically all mountain slash freeride bike. They make this in two different options. They have the Enduro and then they have the Enduro Evo. The biggest differences between the two is another inch of travel on the front fork. Standard, this comes with a 160 rear end and a 160 fork. In the Evo model, they put a 170 fork and they change it to a coil sprung shock in the rear. On this model, the basic model, it's a 2x10 drivetrain. It also has the Fox shock in the rear, the Rock shock lyric in the front. This is designed for all mountain, more descending than climbing, but a good, strong, durable bike for a heavier rider or a more experienced rider in rougher terrain. They've also outfitted this with the 142 plus rear end. A lot of companies right now are trying to mimic this by widening the rear end, but in the Specialized 142 plus rear end, they actually make the flange wider on the rear hub. So the distance from spoke to spoke on the rear hub is much wider. What this does is it gives it more of a triangulation effect on the rear spokes, so it makes for a stiffer rear wheel. The larger this triangle is, the less the wheel can deflect from one side to the other because it's a stronger peak. On this 142 Plus, they've widened that distance between the two flanges, widening the spoke, making it for a higher tension and a stronger rear wheel as far as deflection from side impact. Also stiffening up the rear end with a through axle. On this one, it comes with the poly front bash guard. It's a little bit stronger than the Epic's carbon fiber version. And they have a chain guide. This is going to stop the rear end from deflecting the chain off the front chain rings. So when you're in those rough technical sections, you don't lose your chain on the inside. They're all sealed bearings throughout all the pivots and all aluminum bolts and stainless hardware. So these pivots last a long time and they don't require as much maintenance as the open ball bearings or the greasable bearings. You can find most of these bearings at any local shop as well. They're very, very common. They're not a super proprietary part, so if you ever need to change them on yourself, it's a possibility. This bike's equipped with the Avity Elixir brakes, which you can change to pull-in from a little switch right here. You can twist the brake lever feel in or out, so if you like to use two fingers on the lever or just one finger, it's easy to make this adjustment in the distance from the handlebar. It also has a 20 mil front through axle to stiffen up the front end so the front of the stanchions of the fork don't twist side to side. It gives you much better tracking in rougher terrain on impact in the front because it stops the wheel from deflecting side to side by having this solid through axle. You have your rebound adjustment, and then you have your air port right here to adjust it for certain riding conditions or for a different weight of overall riders. And that's it.